There we go. Unbelievable. All right, so let's start this again. I just realized that my sound was down. Appreciate that. I got it, guys. No sound. What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe. Can you hear me now? Is everybody good? Can you guys hear me? Test, test, test. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. All right. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. So welcome to the 515th edition of TSR Primetime, your nightly dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. We are brought to you in part by Gorilla Mind Rush, the #1 supplement on the market for focus, energy, concentration, and productivity. It is the best focus and energy concentration I have ever used. Better even than modafinil. And I used modafinil for a while, guys. This is the best. I've tried them all. This is absolutely the best. I'm hyper productive. I can get everything done. There's absolutely no crash. It's non-habit forming, etc., etc. If you guys want to support the show and get your hands on a bottle in order to become the most productive you have ever been, go to donovansharpe.com/gorilla mind rush. Again, that is donovansharpe.com/gorilla mind rush. Okay, let's get right to it here. So a special thanks goes out to Marcus, who is one of my patrons, and I had another show lined up for this evening, but when Marcus sent me this particular video, I watched about 5 minutes of it, and I decided, okay, I'm in. This is absolutely what I want and need to talk about. That, of course, is the K. Michelle Derrick Jaxn interview on the radio. Now, I'm gonna be straight with you guys. Okay, I'm gonna be straight with you guys. I had no idea. I had never heard of K. Michelle until today, until actually just a few days ago. Okay, I just became aware of her on Facebook because a lot of guys, a lot of brothers are posting stuff about what K. Michelle said. Basically, she said that men are not good, and all men are bad, all men are dogs, etc., etc. I knew nothing about her until just a few days ago. I don't really watch much TV. I watch sports every once in a while. I'll watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. I'm actually done with that series because it's turned into a shit show. Basically, women can sleep around and they get glorified for it, but when guys do the same thing on the same show, they get crucified. We know how this goes. That's how this goes. Other than that, I don't really watch much television. And so, I don't watch the Desperate Housewives or the Housewives of whatever, pick a name city. And apparently I guess this is where this woman came up from. I actually had to do a Wikipedia search on her. And apparently she did a cut with Missy Elliott a few years back called Faking It, which is obviously a sort of a dig at men, which is something that K. Michelle does. I guess she fashions herself a man hater and sort of legitimizes everything. She was discovered by R. Kelly, or rather, R. Kelly mentored her, and you know what that probably means. R. Kelly probably got them draws, which obviously is definitely not a good thing. But the long and the short of it is that K. Michelle recently said that all men are bad, or they're not all men are good people. All men are absolutely good people. So I watched this video. I did a little bit of research on her. And the video that I am going to break down now tells me everything I need to know about K. Michelle. Right? And by the way, the phone lines are open, 914-205-5356. I got a call on the line here in just a second. Area code 702. Hold tight for just a few minutes. I'm going to get to you in just a second, I promise. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to break down this video, but I'm going to take phone calls while I'm breaking down the video. I'll do this in the customary Donovan Sharpe way. I'm going to play the video. I'm going to stop it periodically to sort of give my take on what's happening here. And if I have calls on the line when I actually stop the video, I will take those calls. Big thanks goes out to Jonathan Quao. I don't know how to really pronounce that. With the $5 super chat. Says Mia Khalid was on BBC, the British broadcasting channel, and said she has PTSD from porn? Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, listen, women shouldn't be porn stars. Not really sure what that has to do with today's topic, but I appreciate the super chat. Thank you for that. 914-205-5356. Again, that is 914-205-5356. Guys, listen. Call in. Call in. I want to hear from you. I want to know what you guys think, if you agree, disagree, etc., etc. Let me go ahead and pull this down quickly. I would love to know what you guys think. I'd love to get your take on it. Listen, if you're a feminist, if you're a simp, if you're a black woman, give me a call. And guys, listen, this isn't going to be a black woman bashing session, right? All I'm going to do is I'm going to point out the obvious truths. And the obvious truth here, from what I can tell in this video, is that K. Michelle represents everything wrong with black women these days. That's just all there is to it. So without further ado, and again, 702, hold tight. I'm going to get to you in just a second. Now, you guys let me know in the chat if you guys can hear this particular this particular video, because I'm doing this on StreamYard. Things work a little bit differently. So if you can hear the video, do me a favor and just type in the chat, yes, you can hear the video. And here we go. Oh, hang on a second. Let me share my screen. This is bad radio, I know. Come on. All right, let me screen share here. There we go. Excellent. All right, there we go. All right, now we're ready to roll, guys. Now we're ready to roll. All right, here we go. Okay, so can you guys hear that? I just played the first 8 seconds of it. So you guys can hear it? Okay, so you guys can hear it. All right, excellent, excellent. All right, so here we go, guys. Here we go. They can't hear the video? Can you guys hear the video? No? All right. All right, let's try this. I'm gonna do a sound switch. See if this comes through. All right,
one and only Derrick Jaxn, social media, the man who lays it down.
How about now? Is that good? No, yes? This is going to be a problem.
It says it's so honest that most men are like,
some people say they can barely hear it. All right, so you're good? All right.
I can't.
Here we go.
Can't stand them. But at the end of the day,
says who?
A lot of guys on your page be like, dude, come on.
Most though. That's subjective.
Yeah. Why do you think so many guys don't like you?
I think a lot of guys have problems with the things I'm revealing that they need to fix in themselves. So they pissed off at me like I'm the problem. When the real problem is the work that they got to do and the fact that they don't want to do it.
Ooh. Okay, so what Derrick Jaxn says there is 100% correct, right? And I'm going to preface all this by saying this. I'm not a Derrick Jaxn fan, right? I'm not a Derrick Jaxn apologist by any stretch of the imagination. He is obviously, and I'll tell you guys what I'll say what I said on O'Shea's show when I was talking about Derrick Jaxn. I don't knock the hustle. I actually did an article on O'Shea's website called "Why Men Should Stop Hitting on Derrick Jaxn." Right? Derrick Jaxn is a professional simp, right? And I know it pisses a lot of you guys off because he quite literally pollutes he pollutes the dating market for black men who want to date black women. Derrick Jaxn essentially tells black women that there's nothing that they have to do to become attractive to men. They have to do all the work, ladies. He has to prove himself to you. You have no work to do. Even though you're a single mother, you're overweight, etc., 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 he has to prove you are the prize, ladies. He has to prove himself to you. Single moms, single mothers are for grown men only. This is what Derrick Jaxn says. But Derrick Jaxn, gentlemen, does not believe what he says. He believes some of what he says, right? And listen, he's a well-spoken guy. He's a good-looking guy. You guys can see he's a good-looking dude. I don't hate on the guy. Derrick Jaxn has figured out that he can make a lot of money. He can make a shit ton of money telling women what they want to hear. Telling women what they want to hear is a better business decision financially than telling women what they need to hear. Listen, you can make all the money in the world telling women what they want to hear. But if you tell them what they need to hear, there's no money in that. This is why guys like myself, Coach Greg Adams, guys like that, this is why we have, 30,000 subscribers. I think Coach Greg Adams has 75,000 subscribers, rather than guys like Derrick Jaxn, who has millions and millions of followers on YouTube and social media and all this other kind of stuff. It's more financially prudent to tell women what they want to hear. Derrick Jaxn tells women what they want to hear. This is why I don't knock the hustle. And a lot of guys get on me about this, right? I got into a Facebook, not really a debate, but I got into a discussion with a guy on Facebook who's like, listen, I'm going to call it out. And if you don't call it out, there's something wrong with you. No, there's nothing wrong with me for not calling guys like him, Steve Harvey, Oprah Winfrey, Ian Van Zant. I've called those guys out before, but I don't really go in on them too much. I will every once in a while, but I don't date black women. I don't care about black women. So I understand that black men who care about black women, black men who love black women, I can understand why they really have sort of a vitriolic rage against guys like Derrick Jaxn. He is making the women they want worse for them. So I can understand that. I guess maybe one of the main reasons I don't hate on Derrick Jaxn is because I don't give a shit about the women he's talking to or talking about. That's just it. So I don't know. Maybe if he was Derrick Jaxn spelled another way and he was talking to white, I don't know that I would even be upset if he was talking to white girls, right? Listen, you can be as mad at guys like Derrick Jaxn if you want to, but if you have a woman, if you have a girlfriend, wife, significant other, whatever the case may be, and Derrick Jaxn has a more powerful influence on your woman than you do, then that is a you problem. Okay? Like, we can sit here and talk all the shit we want to about Derrick Jaxn. Oh, don't listen to Derrick Jaxn. No, sweetheart, please sit down and listen to this guy. If you follow what this guy says, then obviously we're going to have problems. If an internet personality has more of an influence on your woman than you do, then that's a you problem. This is something that you need to fix at this point. So again, don't be mad at Derrick Jaxn. I mean, listen, look at his face. He's sitting pretty and laughing easy. Life is good. This guy's probably worth, into the seven figures at this point. This is why I do not knock the hustle. Now, the reason I stopped the video here in 702, I'm going to come to you right after I'm done with this particular riff, is because right at the end when he was like, "Oh, guys aren't doing what they're supposed to do," she said, "Oh, yes, Lord. Oh, yes. Ooh. Right? Ratchet bitches like this, K. Michelle, always be like, "Yes, Lord," when men like Derrick Jaxn talk about the work that men need to do to improve themselves as men. But women who are, "Oh, yes, preach it, tell it," these women ain't shit themselves. Right? Like, anytime men like myself are critical of women like them, "Oh, well, you ain't shit and you need to da-da-da-da-da." But then as soon as a guy like Derrick Jaxn comes along and says, "Oh, well, men are not doing the work they're supposed to be doing. Men need to come through. Men need to improve themselves." Yes, Lord, tell these men, tell these N-words what they need to do. Bitch, sit down and shut your ass up. Ain't nobody trying to improve themselves for women like you. You can be all "Yes, Lord" and all in the aisle and testifying. No, sit your ass down. You're ratchet. Ain't nobody trying to improve for a ratchet ass hoe like yourself with your tattoo and wannabe weave. Fuck out of here with that. 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to get in on the action. Let's go to area code 702. You're on live with Donovan. Go ahead.
Yo, see you in Las Vegas.
See in Vegas, bruh. I thought it was you, man. I wasn't sure if it was you or not. But listen, man, it's been a minute since we've talked, bro. How have you been, man? What's going on?
Before I get into the to the topic at hand, let me just say, D, I haven't been calling this much, but yo, listen, your advice on game, your advice on working out, you know what I'm saying? It's improved my life so much. So I'm out here just kicking ass now. You know what I'm saying? I always come back, listen to chop it up, listen to you chop it up. But you know what I'm saying, Donovan? Once you get those kind of core bedrock principles in place, you're out there kicking ass.
That's right.
You know what it is, man.
That's right. Oh yeah, you know it.
Absolutely. This is, and on the topic at hand, D, let me just say it like this. K. Michelle, because you said you didn't know who she was. K. Michelle's a failed singer. She kind of had her heyday. I want to say almost 2014, 2015. She didn't really take off. So her saying this kind of garbage is almost like, it's almost like she's trying to get back into the spotlight. And now you have, I wouldn't even say D tier. You have S tier, Derrick Jaxn trying to capitalize on it. I mean, this is like, I don't know. This is like Hitler versus Satan or something. Okay, this is both garbage WWE. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they're both outlandish. They're both outlandish. They're both outrageous, and they both say stupid shit 24/7.
Right.
Okay.
Of course.
This is one of those. Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was agreeing with you. Go ahead, man. Yeah.
Nah, but I was just like, this is almost like a WWE match. You know what I'm saying? Because this is almost ridiculous. But I get, like you said, like a lot of people feel strongly towards Derrick Jaxn. I almost feel like K. Michelle wouldn't even come up unless she said those kind of stupid things. And realize something, guys. People like this are almost like the equivalent of like a political condom. They say these things once and they're just done because it's so stupid and it's so outrageous. You'll never see them again.
Yeah, right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No price to pay. They can just say dumb shit and then they get about and then that's it. They're out.
Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And of course it's going to be trending. Oh my God, K. Michelle. Listen, guys, if you have solid game, this one you come up on my radar. I shouldn't say that, but people like you said, Donovan, people like this don't even faze me. And you know how I feel about black women. I love black women.
Sure.
I pretty much almost love all women. But like guys like this, they don't affect me because I'm like, my game is strong. So I don't even need to listen to trash like this. But they're out, like you said, Donovan. The audience is not us. The audience is women. What do you got to say, bro? Then I'll jump.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, I'm not going to knock the hustle as far as Derrick Jaxn is concerned. And I can understand, and I don't know how you feel. I mean, listen, I think we can all agree that Derrick Jaxn is absolutely a professional simp, right? Like he is, and it's always been my assertion, it's been my contention that he believes a little bit about what he says in terms of what men want, but he doesn't really talk about what men want. He talks a lot about women loving themselves. He just spoke truth in what I just played there. Right. A lot of men hate on Derrick Jaxn because he's Derrick Jaxn. He's a good looking brother. He's obviously rich. Women want to be with him. Women love him, et cetera, et cetera. But guy, I don't hate on Derrick Jaxn because I don't have anything. I mean, I don't know. If you hate on another man, if you hate on an internet personality, then again, that's a you problem. This means that there's something non-satisfactory about your life. And you're sort of projecting and I hate the word using projecting, but that's what this is. You're projecting your insecurities onto another man to try to make yourself feel better. Oh, Derrick Jaxn ain't shit. Listen, I get it. And you can have that opinion if you want to. I disagree with what Derrick Jaxn talks about, but I don't hate the guy. And a lot of, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, Donovan, I think especially where game is concerned and guys who are in the know, I think where a lot of the hatred comes from. Don't get me wrong, like, basically, it's like you said, Donovan. He's doing his hustle, but at the same time, he's not a good faith actor because on some level, he knows I'm getting the cash, send it in. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah, absolutely.
It's not in good faith.
No, I agree.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I totally agree. And thanks for the call, C in Vegas. Listen, you gotta. I try to do these call-ins. I try to do these call-in shows more often. It's good to hear from C in Vegas, long time listener of TSR Live. But listen, let's call a spade a spade. Jaxn is right. A lot of Derrick Jaxn's haters come from men who don't want to do the work. And I say this all the time. Men who look at me. They see who I am. They see what I have. They see what I'm about, and they throw shade in my direction. They don't really hate me. They hate the fact that they want what I have and want to be who I am, but they're not willing to put in the work. Any man who hates on another successful man is outing himself as someone who is not willing to put in the work. Okay? If you see the life that I live and you have a problem with it, that's a you problem. That's just how that goes. There's no other way to slice that. And again, if you're the kind of guy who hates on Derrick Jaxn because of his message, okay, that's fine. But again, if you think that Derrick Jaxn believes what he says, then he wins. He's got you thinking that no, Derrick Jaxn does not date the kinds of women that he advises the kinds of women to be. Derrick Jaxn tells women there's nothing wrong with you. Single moms are for grown men only. This, that, and the third. Guess what? Derrick Jaxn doesn't bang chicks like that. He doesn't date the kinds of women who lie in his pockets, guys. He doesn't sleep with the kind of women who pay him for his content. Derrick Jaxn realizes and understands this very, very clearly, and he's laughing all the way to the bank. Look at the look on his face. He's always got a look on his face like the cat who ate the canary. This is just how this is. 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to get in on the show. Big thanks to Bull Rush with the $20 super chat. Says, appreciate your hard work and professionalism, Donovan. I appreciate that. I work very, very hard. I work very, very hard to make this show as professional as possible. Every once in a while, I will have a little bit of a production snafu. I am doing this on my own. I am going to be hiring a producer here in the not too distant future, so the show will certainly improve. But either way, without further ado, let's continue. Let's continue with this.
So this is what K. Michelle said on our show when she was here last week. This is one of the clips, and we're going to allow you to call in Atlanta 404-741-WVEE.
Everything that I've gone through has been because of lack of self-esteem and men being in the middle.
What do you mean? Like, explain that. Like,
I don't think men are good people.
Wait, you think that now?
Okay, so she says, I don't think men are good people, but let me back up there. She says, I've had some run-ins with men because I have low self-esteem, et cetera, et cetera. She glossed over that. She has low self-esteem. This is women with low self-esteem make bad decisions with men. This is how it is. She just glossed over that fact. All of her problems, but most of her problems involving men begin and end with her self-esteem. Men who understand women, men who want to sleep with a lot of girls, men like this target women with low self-esteem, women with daddy issues. Women who are raised by single mothers, ugly ducklings, et cetera, et cetera. Now, apparently, K. Michelle has what she describes as a strong father growing up, but I don't know. There's precious little evidence of this just by looking at her and listening to her talk.
All men.
I don't think they're good people.
Why not?
The reason for that, and I truly believe that, the reason for that is like, for men to do things that they consider small in the flesh of like cheating, you know that's going to destroy your partner, but you do it anyway.
Right. But you do it anyway. But guess what? Women do the same thing, right? Like everything that she's about to say here in this little snippet, women do the same and they do it more. Women cheat more than men, guys. Women cheat a lot more than men. Women have more opportunities and less impulse control. More opportunities plus less impulse control equals more cheating. And anybody who disagrees with that, you can give me a call. But before you call, I would caution you to consider this. If you were to take one man and one woman and set them right in the middle of New York City and say you have 24 hours to sleep with as many people as humanly possible, 11 times out of 10, the woman is going to sleep with more men than the man sleeps with women. That's just how this works. Women have higher body counts than men. Most women have slept with more women than most men, guys. That's just how it is in today's America. This is how the dating world is. So for K. Michelle to be sitting here bitching and moaning about men who cheat, okay, listen, she's got a gripe, but guess what? Women do it more and they do it worse. That's just all there is to it. And here's another thing. What she's not telling us, and apparently she's been cheated on a lot, what she's not telling us is that is her role in the responsibility. Right? Don't get me wrong. Men cheat for no reason. Listen, I've cheated for no reason. Listen, I've had hot girlfriends. I've cheated on them before. This is just how it is. I'm not gonna apologize, but I'm not gonna ask for an apology. I'm not ashamed of it, but I'm not proud of. I'm not proud of it, but I'm not ashamed of it either. I'm not gonna bow at the church of morality. It is what it is. It happened. But this woman has been cheated. You're gonna find out that this woman has been cheated on for many, many reasons. A lot of women get overweight. They stop taking care of themselves. They close their legs. They deny their men sex. Then their man goes out and cheat, and then they want to be like, oh, well, why did he cheat on me? All men are dogs. No, all men are not dogs. You denied your man sex. This is why he went and slept with another woman. That's how this goes.
That's not a mistake. We've watched the same story over and over again.
Yeah.
And just because I'm a woman, I'm supposed to accept your betrayal.
Right.
Because
see, again, this is her not understanding her audience. This is her not, she doesn't, this is the solipsistic nature of women. K. Michelle is sitting here talking as though men, she talks as though she is the only woman who has ever been cheated on by a man. Many, many women have been cheated on by men, but she is also acting as though only men cheat. Well, when a man cheats, he doesn't. When men, no. Women cheat more than men, sweetie. And I can promise you she has cheated on her boyfriends more than her boyfriends have cheated on her. That's just all there is to it. I'm not trying to hear it.
you're taking advantage of my love for you, and
Again, you're taking advantage of my love for you. This is what women do. What she is complaining of. See, here's the problem here. Okay. Women are ahead of the game as far as men are concerned. Women have an edge on men. And it's because they have an abundance mentality. Women have far more opportunities with men than men do with women. And because of this, women have an abundance mindset. And with that abundance mindset, this gives them the ability to misbehave in relationships. Well, I can do whatever I want. I'm not worried about it because I got 6 other dudes that I can get with, right? So for her to sit here and say, well, you're taking advantage of my love for you. Well, again, women do this and they do it more. Come on. Damn. Come on. There we go. All right.
supposed to just be the one behind you riding or dying. I'm not dying with nobody.
I'm not dying with nobody. Bitch, that has absolutely, positively nothing to do with any goddamn thing. Nothing to do with anything. Ride or die doesn't actually mean ride or die. And she knows that. Ride or die is a figure of speech. We all want a chick who's going to ride or die for us. That means we want a chick who's going to be loyal to us through thick and thin. Area code 914, I see you in the queue. Give me just a few minutes. I'm going to get to you in just a second. Right? Like, I'm not going to die with anybody. Right? She just wants to say, I'm not dying with nobody to show that defiance. That's all that is. Women get emotional. When women get emotional like she is, they take words and phrases out of context and put it in sort of a literal sense to make a point and be defiant and be defiant. Well, I'm not dying with nobody. Bitch, nobody expects you to die with nobody or for nobody. Ain't nobody asking you to die for anybody. And you know it. This is a case of another woman telling us what she ain't finna do. Bitch, we don't give a damn what you ain't finna do. And apparently most men don't either. Fuck out of here.
And to see girls come up to me, I'm the girl they come up to all day long crying. They tell me the most disgusting of stories that I couldn't even believe. And
oh, please. Acting like, oh, that I couldn't even believe. Really? What about the men who raise children? They don't know that they're theirs. What about the husbands? What about the fathers who have 2-3 kids by the same woman, and one of those kids is not his? A woman called into Stefan Molyneux's channel a few weeks back and admitted that she'd been married for like 20-something years. Her first son does not belong to her husband. Right? Listen, I'm sure that women can tell you all sorts of disgusting stories, boo. There is nothing more disgusting than paternity fraud. There's nothing more disgusting than a woman killing a life within her because she didn't want to ruin her body. Not trying to hear it. Fuck out of here.
a lot of times men, the wrong man, will stunt your growth as a woman. Women could be doctors, lawyers, and everything, but they're in the bed crying over what a man did to them.
I don't believe that, man.
Hang on,
I think that's a generalized
okay,
statement.
hold on. Shit, so wait. Let me go back.
Women could be doctors, lawyers, and everything, but they're in the bed crying over what a man did to them.
I don't believe.
Okay, women could be doctors, lawyers, blah 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 blah. No. Women do not become doctors and lawyers without men. Women do not listen. There is not a successful woman on this planet that did not get the help or the aid of a man at some point. Women need men to be successful. Women need men to become doctors, lawyers, singers, etc. Like, I'm not trying to hear that. There have been experiment after experiment. Any company, any successful company in the world, there's never, ever been a company, a successful company started by, built by, and run exclusively by women. Doesn't happen. I don't hear that. 914-205-5356 is the number to call. Area code 914. You are on live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
Hey, Donovan, how you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, I was watching the K. Michelle thing, and it seems like she doesn't really take a lot of responsibility for her action. And when she went into the conversation with Derrick Jaxn, and she talked about, or the caller, she talked about how she's been with the guy for 20 years, and she's only been with him like in a relationship for 3 years.
Yeah, right.
I feel bad for the guy. Yeah, I feel bad for the guy because now since she's been around with so many guys, she's now realizing that he's the one, and he's the guy that she should settle down with. But maybe I think he's the one making a mistake, and I feel bad for him for being with a woman like that. And hopefully he gets out of that relationship, because she seems very damaged emotionally, in my opinion.
No, don't. And again, as a man, and I know you want to say in my opinion, and I know that you have to preface that with in my opinion to sort of qualify your statement. Bruh, that's not an opinion. It is a fact. K. Michelle is absolutely positively damaged goods. So you have to understand, listen,
right.
when you're at TSR Towers, you don't have to qualify your statements, right? No matter whether I agree or disagree. Listen,
right.
bro, listen, I'm here for you, man. Don't qualify your statements. It ain't no, in my opinion.
Right.
K. Michelle is undeniably, unequivocally damaged goods. That's not an opinion. That is a fact. And what you just stated is a fact. I'll give you the last word.
Right. And I feel like she came on the show to seek the attention from other women, maybe the guy, even Derrick Jaxn, but she thought he was going to be on her side,
right,
to some degree. And maybe she was surprised that he kind of flipped on her. But
hey, Dad,
it's kind of funny to see Derrick Jaxn in that light, because he's not usually like that.
Yeah, well, see, this is the thing, caller, and thanks for the call. I was at, you know, it's interesting. I don't follow Derrick Jaxn. I don't follow his work. I know who he is and what he does because of stuff people put on Facebook. Turn on my fan low, just low. Yes, thank you. But it would appear, and again in this video, it would appear that he might be, and again, I'm not a Derrick Jaxn apologist here, guys. But it appears lately, just in the clips that I'm seeing, that he is beginning to hold women accountable. I could be wrong. I could be 100% way off on that, but it appears that he is actually starting to tell women, hey, listen now. Listen, like you can do all the complaining you want, but some of the responsibility absolutely positively falls on you. Nikiva Brown, I appreciate the comment, but yeah, you're to be seen and not heard, baby girl. Be seen and not heard. Don't take it personally. This is just my rule. I do not allow certain people to comment in the chat. We've listened to you people for 60 years. I have absolutely positively zero interest, zero need for female comments or opinions in my chat. You can watch, don't want to hear you. Well, listen, if you want to call in, you're more than welcome to call in, but I don't need you in the chat. If you have something to say, I want you to call in. I do not need females coming up in here stinking up my chat. I don't need y'all in here thirst trapping. I don't need the female opinion. This is a male space. And if you have a problem with this male space, then you can give me a call and you can tell me about it. 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to get in on the show. Big thanks to Marcus Altdom with the $4 super chat. I appreciate that. Jonathan Q, JQ with the $5 super chat. Bull Rush with the $20 super chat. Marcus with the $4 super chat. Yeah, for those of you watching for the first time, I do not allow females to comment in the chat. I just don't do it. Well, why don't you let females comment in the chat? Because that's just what the fuck I decided. This is my show, and I do what the fuck I want. If you have a problem with it, you can call me up and tell me about it. Listen, I'll let females voice their opinion, but you ain't finna do it in the chat. You can call me up and tell me about it. I don't do that. I don't do that cowardly bullshit where all you women come up in here and think that you can talk all the noise you want and have these thirsty N-words simping. I am not, listen, I'm not here for that. Straight up. All right. Okay, let's continue. See what we got here. Pardon me.
Leave that, man. I think that's a generalized
Okay,
statement.
what you think?
You think all I'm bad except you?
Not even that. I think just based on what you said, I think your experiences are valid. And
Okay, so she said all I'm bad except for you, right? She's flirting here, gentlemen. She is flirting with Derrick Jaxn. Guys, she's flirting with Derrick Jaxn. And again, this isn't surprising, right? This isn't surprising. Derrick, listen, you can see the screen. Derrick Jaxn, he's a good-looking brother. He's rich. Women love him. Pretty women love him, etc., etc. And K. Michelle wants to get with him. It is plainly obvious, right? But he wants nothing to do with her. He knows who K. Michelle is. He knows what she is. He wants nothing to do with her. She wants him, but he doesn't want her ratchet ass. She put it out there. What, so all of them bad except you? He didn't take the bait. Good for you, D-Jack.
I think the things that she was talking about are extremely valid, but in the way that you've internalized it is toxic.
Very.
It's like yeah, there are kids in Chicago.
Okay, so she just said, thank you. So she just said so Derrick Jaxn said, so Derrick Jaxn says, hey, listen, I know you have experiences, et cetera, but the way that you were thinking about this is very toxic. And she said, very. You guys see how she listens to him? You see how she listens to him? He's good looking. He has high value. He's rich. Of course she's going to listen to him. Right? She's going to listen to Derrick Jaxn because he's Derrick Jaxn. This will not be the case on the phone call. They're going to take a phone call. She's going to treat this man on the phone very differently than she is treating Derrick Jaxn. Also, notice how calm he is. Right? And again, I'm not a Derrick Jaxn apologist. I'm not a fan of his. Don't get it twisted, but Derrick Jaxn has extreme frame control here. And you're going to see this. K. Michelle, she's going to try him at every turn. She's going to get loud. She's going to get brash. She's going to talk to him. She's going to talk at him. Derrick Jaxn, he remains cool, calm, collected. He lets her talk. He makes his point. He pulls her cards. He pulls her card, and he cuts this chick up. This is surgery, what he does to this woman. Absolute. It's like his surgical procedure on her is almost half as good as mine most of the time. I'm not trying to beat up his ass, but Derrick Jaxn is he has extreme frame here. I don't support what he does, but that doesn't mean I can't learn a few things from D-Jack about frame. I cannot knock the hustle there. Big thanks to Ken Dog with the $10 super chat. Again, Ken Dog with the $10 super chat. I appreciate that, my man.
Talking about are extremely valid, but in the way that you've internalized it is toxic.
Very.
It's like, yeah, there are kids in Chicago that are committing crimes, but hypothetically, let's say you have a son or a daughter. That doesn't mean that your son or daughter is a bad person because kids over there are doing wrong, even though those things are actually happening. So I think that's a generalized statement to say all men are bad. I think all men can be better the same way that women can. We could speak to the things that we're doing wrong in terms of holding us accountable. But whenever you say all men are bad, you're almost giving them a pass to continue being bad. And that I'm not for.
I can't give them the pass to do nothing. They've been clowns for years.
No, I can't give them the pass to do nothing. They've been clowns for years. Bitch, this ain't a goddamn comedian show. You see how she's trying to be all funny, trying to be all witty? Bitch, that ain't gonna do nothing for you, man. Like for real, like she's trying to win this argument by being funny. Bitch, that ain't funny. They've been clowns for years. Oh, please, bitch, please. Notice how she said they've been clowns for years. Talking to Derrick Jaxn, she didn't say y'all been clowns for years. They've been clowns for years. She thinks Derrick Jaxn is different, right? She didn't ask him if he thought he was different. She thought he was different. That's why she said, oh, so they're all bad but you, right? Again, he's rich, good looking, et cetera, et cetera. And notice how she goes right to the insults. As soon as Derrick Jaxn says, hey, look, you got to come up, you got to come up off your end. You got to lose that attitude. Like if you're going to sit here and talk about all men are bad, then that's on you. Well, I don't have to do shit. These niggas been clowns for years. That don't mean anything. She's trying to be a comedian to make her point and she looks bad. Fuck out of here, man.
So there's not a pass I can give. Men like to take that and make women be the blame for why they're acting like that or this and that.
You know, it's funny. She just said men like to blame women for the way they're acting. I'm sorry. Isn't this exactly what she's doing here? I can't give a pass to that bitch. You ain't got passes to give, sweetie. Like ain't nobody trying to take a pass from K. Michelle. Right? Like K. Michelle is mad, y'all. Ain't nobody trying to get with this. For real? You can't, bro. Listen, ain't nobody taking passes from you, sweetie.
Yes, I have been in some relationships and they haven't been good for me. You know, but it's not just me that I'm basing this off of. It's women in every city. I've been on the road every week for 5 years. 5 years. And these women are walking up to me, I mean, like crying. Not even like, oh, he did this, like broke down, souls broke down.
Right.
You know what, K. Michelle? Me too. I get emails every single day from men talking about the bad shit that women do to them. I get these all the time. And oh, by the way, I call this the phone rule, right? Those of you guys who have followed me for any amount of time, you guys know what the phone rule is. For every woman you have in your phone, if you think you're Mr. Player, right? Man, I got 7 bitches in my phone. I can get right to my crib in 3 texts or less. All right, cool. I got you, player. But for every woman you have in your phone that you can come over, that you can get to come over and let you smash in 3 texts or less, I can promise you, each of those 7 women has 7 times as many men. I don't care who you are. I don't care how many women you're sleeping with. Every one of the women that you were sleeping with, every one of the women in your rotation have 10, 15, 20, 25 men in their rotation. So let's harken back to this. For every story that a woman can tell about a man, about how a man did her wrong, about how niggas ain't shit, men are dogs, he cheated, there are 20 times more stories of women doing exactly the same, if not worse. She can sit here and cry all she wants to. Oh, these men did me wrong, and these women have had talking to me about the men that did them wrong. Bitch, you done so many men wrong, and all these bitches who come to you with all their sobby stories. I can promise you, each and every one of these women, for as many times as they've done it, as many times as they've been did dirty by a man, she's done dirty to 10 times more men. I've been cheated on 5 times. Bitch, you've cheated 35 times. So what's the score? Like, get up out of here with that, man. Like, listen, don't nobody feel sorry for women, man. We see, we like out here in these streets, like we see how women get down. We see how women get down all the time. Women steady on Tinder, swiping right, cheating, having other people's babies, blah, 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 blah. But as soon as a man comes along and plays the game better than she does, all of a sudden now it's niggas ain't shit. Men are dogs. Oh, I can't believe this. Fuck out of here with that. I am not trying to give Kleenex to crocodile tears. For every wrong that has been done to a woman, I can promise you they have done wrong to men tenfold. And that is a fact.
All right.
So as soon as they come towards me, I know the first thing they're going to say, something they man did to them. Mm-hmm. No, it's never anything good. I rarely hear anything good that a man has done to help a woman become a better woman.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I never heard of a man doing anything to help a woman become a better woman. Sure we do. We do all the time. We tell you all to lose weight. We tell you to lose the attitude. We tell you to be feminine, right? We tell you not to get tattoos. We've been telling women what we want for decades, eons. And all we've gotten is a collective fuck you. Right? Guys, you have to train women. Women are so messed up right now. You have to train the bad behaviors out of them. Devin is a better woman because of me. Period. Point blank. I say this all the time. Women don't come ready-made anymore, guys. Times are different. And area code 469, I see you in the queue. I'm going to get to you in just a second, but times are different. You see, back in the day, mothers used to raise their daughters to know how to cook, to act feminine, to be demure, to be deferent, to want to please their man. And little girls grew up in that. And by the time they hit marrying age, they were ready. They were quality women. They could cook, clean. They could bear children, didn't have an attitude problem. It ain't like that anymore. By the same token, men still want relationships with women. So what do? You need to train women. This is how it is. And if you want to train women, here's a plug. Buy my audio course, 7-hour audio course, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up. That's how it goes. So K. Michelle can sit here and bitch and moan all about how a man has never helped a woman to become a better woman. Her problem is that she acts like she doesn't need a man. Right? Her whole energy is, I don't need a man. So why is she surprised that men don't help her to become a better woman if she acts like she thinks she doesn't need a man? Why help a woman be a better woman if she acts like her shit don't stink? You can't bitch and moan about not getting invited to the party if you act like you're busy all the goddamn time. That's how this goes. 914-205-5356. Area code 347 is next, followed by 469. 469 is first, then 347, then 512. Area code 469, you are on live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, my man, Donovan?
Doing good, man. How about you?
So, man, I can't complain, man. Can't complain. Just getting off of work, and I'm going to the gym. You know why? Because some man told me whenever you lose your edge, they lose their interest.
That's right.
So I'm getting back at it. That's right. So, first of all, you were absolutely right. That woman, K. Michelle, is broken. She's broken. She's angry, and she's bitter, right? And she's trying to play this game of now all men are wrong. But that last Chad and Tyrone that she was with, she probably got tattooed on her.
Straight up.
Somewhere on her body. Or she named one of her kids after him. I don't know if she got kids. I'm just saying, right? So I view her as like a broken toilet, my brother. She's only good for a flush now.
Woo!
One flush, then you got to get rid of her.
Totally agree, man.
I love the content. Keep it up. I let my son listen to this, and he's just 10. I let him listen to him like he's giving you a heads up. I'm teaching him the game first, and I thank you for that, my brother. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. It's a pleasure to do it, man. Thanks for the call, area code 469. He lets his 10-year-old son listen to my content. It is never, ever, ever too early to allow your sons to consume red pill content. It's never too early. Do I use colorful language? Absolutely. But the language I use isn't any worse than the language that is on their video games and television shows. So I'm not trying to hear, well, I don't want to let my 8-year-old kid listen to Donovan Sharpe. Well, you let him play video games, don't you? You let him watch TV, don't you? You swear in front of him, don't you? That's how that goes. 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to get in on the show. Area code 347. You are on live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
Donovan, what's good? What's good, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
New York, man. How's it going?
Doing good.
Man. I'm chilling, man. God bless you, man. Word and everything, man. Love your red pill content, everything, man. Word. I follow you on Facebook and everything.
Thank you. Thank you.
K. Michelle, man, she's nothing but a smash and dash. And I ain't gonna front. I don't even think that's even worth it now with her, because this chick is just like the last caller said, she is totally broken to the point that she's unfixable.
Yes.
She is unfixable because she's already made a decision, and she's stuck on it. The sad thing about it is she's gonna implement that into her son, and now I know when her son gets older, he might want to be in Little Simpsons or something like that, or he's gonna wind up seeing women twice as more fucked up than what his own mother is.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. The way she's acting, man. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you broke down how she's acting there. Derrick Jaxn and everything. I'm not a fan of his either too, but I give props where props do and everything. I see a total difference between him and Steve Harvey. They're both similar, but they still different in different ways. Steve Harvey believes what he preaches 110% and went simple to another level, because perfect example, his daughter that's dating Diddy. That's not his biological daughter, but she got his last name.
Right.
What type of shit is
that?
You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Like, that's some, like,
bruh.
Like, that's, man, listen, that's some old crazy shit. Thanks for the call, area code 347. Before I get to 512, I'm going to make this quick point. He says K. Michelle is broken and is unfixable. Okay? Gentlemen, I've said this 100 times on my show. Broken men can be fixed. Broken women cannot. Once a woman hits a line of demarcation in terms of the men that she slept with, there is no going back. It's like virginity. Once a woman gives away her virginity, she can't get that back no matter what. Once a woman sleeps with guy, and every woman's line of demarcation is different. Every woman's zero barrier is different. Some women, it's guy number 5. Some it's guy number 10. Some it's number 7. At some point, every woman who sleeps around on the regular is going to hit that line of demarcation. And that line of demarcation is when they become broken. And there's no coming back from that. You cannot fix a broken woman, guys. You cannot fix a broken woman, rather. When Dr. Dre said you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, this is what he was saying. You can't fix broken women any more than you can turn a hoe into a housewife. Area code 512. You are on live with Donovan Sharpe. Go ahead.
Hello, Donovan. Thank you for taking my call, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So, what we talk about on here, does it have to be regarding K. Michelle?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Well, yeah, I know she's a singer, and I mean, at the end of the day, she's a human, just like all of us, right? Male or female. So this might sound hippie or whatever, but like, she probably has like a pure soul. She's probably like a good person at heart, but
Wait, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
y'all are saying over time.
Wait. Hold on. 512. Did and I'll let you speak your piece, right? But did you just tell me that you think that K. Michelle has a good heart?
Well, I don't know her entire history.
Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. Hold on. Hold on. No. Listen, I get it. Just give me a second, because I'm going to let you speak your piece, because I think there's some value in what you're saying, right? But what you're doing is you are making the egregious mistake of saying, well, I'm not an expert. I don't know her history, right? But this is where men like you and me, I'm presuming that you and I are like-minded. I'm just presuming this because you have called my show. But this is where men like yourself, this is where you fall short. Well, okay, so she's a bitch. She might have had a bad day. I don't know. Okay, so she has a sleeve tattoo. Maybe she did it on a college dare. I don't know. Okay, so she has 3 kids by 3 different men. She could have a good heart. Maybe all 3 men played her. I don't know. Right? Listen, man. You have to understand. And a lot of people like to use this cliche. You can't always judge a book by its cover. And that's true. You can't always judge a book by its cover. But area code 512, you can most of the time. And the cover on the book of K. Michelle tells me that she is a slut. She is damaged. She has no respect for men. Okay? She's never going to be in a relationship of consequence with a man she loves and respects. And that she likes it like that. That's what her cover is telling me. Do I know her whole history? No.
Right.
Do I know her whole history? Of course not. But I've seen enough. I've seen and heard enough. I'm 3 minutes and 21 seconds into this video. I've seen all I need to see about her. I don't need to see her history. She has already told me everything I need to know about her. I'll give you the last word.
Right. I agree, because, yeah, we can only make judgments off of the information we have so far. So I think that's a good judgment you're making.
Thanks for the call, area code. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for calling in, area code 512. Let's go to area code 773, 714, 904, and 720. You guys are next in that order. 773 are on Live with Donovan. Go ahead.
What up, Donovan? This is Mike, Big Mike from the Shy.
Hey, what's going on, Mike? How you doing? I remember you calling into O'Shea's show back in the day.
Yeah, I agree with you, because I've met many females like her. They're at the point. I'll give you an example. I'll give you a family member. They don't know one. My family that watched this show. My auntie, she's been in an abusive relationship. When I was a little kid, she had this guy that used to beat her ass all the time. Then after she finally got out of that, she became a side piece to this guy, off and on, even when he had his wife. And when his wife died, she got with this guy. She sacrificed everything, her motherhood. Now he's already have kids. Her kids are close around her age.
Sure.
So she sacrificed everything. She's broken. She's a bitter woman right now, living by herself now after her husband died. That she was a side piece for off and on for years. I see women like that off and on all the time, years. They go through that, and then they come with this men ain't shit deal. But they don't look at. They'll have you believe that all men are shit, but you gotta look at them as like, okay, what did you done for this to happen?
Right. No, I agree totally. Thanks for the call, area code 773. He makes a very good point. Women simply do not take accountability for their decisions. Area code 714, you are on Live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
Hey, Donovan, how's it going? This is Black Man Travel calling in your show today.
BMT, what's up, brother?
Give my 2 cents on. I just want to give my 2 cents on this chick. I think she's a pimp's dream. Like women like her are able to. Men who are pimps are able to take advantage of women like her who are broken, who they can literally put on the track and have them, shake their little skirts and have them bring back money to them, because her choices has led up to the situation she's in right now. Like in regards to her thought process in regards to men. So the men that she likes are not good for her.
No.
And she knows it, but she keeps going back to those particular men.
Right.
So who can you blame? She could blame herself, but she doesn't want to take accountability of that.
There you
go. She doesn't like the nice guys. You know what I mean? She doesn't like those kind of guys. She likes a guy with an edge, a guy who's probably done time or something like that.
That's right.
Those are the guys she tends to go for, And then she wants to categorize all men to be in that particular situation as the guys that she's dating. She's actually has a one-track mind in regards to the guys that she sees, but she wants to lump all guys in that particular per diem. So I don't feel sorry for women like that.
No.
You know what I mean?
Nope.
I just like let them speak their piece and let them go on. You know, because women like that are damaged and they will ruin your life if you get involved with them. That's all I wanted to say.
Absolutely. Thanks for the call, area code 714. Very, very good points. Women like K. Michelle are a pimp's absolute dream. An absolute dream. Area code 720-904-314-214-201 and 713 are next in that order. Let's go to area code 720. You're on live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother.
Yeah, man. I was gonna talk about a little bit about the K Michelle thing. Well, first, man, I'd like to say, man, I like your content. You're really doing a good thing. You're doing a good justice for men. You know what I'm saying? Think all guys should tune in.
Appreciate it.
What you have to say.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
I also heard a little bit. Not a problem. Yeah, no problem. But I also heard a little bit about K Michelle and everything like that. Her son. I know she does have a son, and I also heard. I think I heard this on one of the O'Shea Dude Jackson vlogs or whatever, videos or whatever. I know that her son only dates white women, and that's kind of like one of the reasons why she's kind of angry.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying, based on how she's acting and things that she says, you know, so you can't really you know what I'm saying, blame him for that, because you know what I'm saying, he's trying to get away from that type of attitude and everything.
That's right.
And that also portrays like a bad image in her son's eyes on black women. You know
That's
what
right.
I mean?
That's exactly right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I also believe, like, you know, when women go around saying things like, you know, men ain't shit, men are dogs and everything, I also feel that's kind of a trap also, because it kind of like suckers certain men into believe that they have to, they could be different if I act nice or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a trap. So when women say that like men are dogs, what she's really telling you, if that's what she likes, now you can either be foolish enough to believe that shit and play the good guy role. She's gonna play the shit out of him, point blank, period. And I kind of nick back off of what the last guy just said. That is a pimp's dream. You know what I'm saying? Girls like that, you gotta be firm and stern with, smash, dash, and just keep it moving, bro. Because you know what I'm saying, girls like that ruin your fucking life. I've dealt with hella women like that before. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of grew up like a whole stroke kind of track type of neighborhood where I had a lot of prostitutes and shit like that. I'm from the ghetto and everything, so women like that, you really gotta be real firm with and everything like that.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
Don't get too involved with it, or even involved with them. Period. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's best just to keep your dick in your pants and just keep it moving, bro. And that's real shit.
Thanks for the call, area code 720. Listen, 720 spit nothing but the truth. But I want to go back to something that he said a little bit earlier. And 904, I'm going to get to you here in just a second. Be patient with me. 314, you're after him. Then 201, 713, 469, 214. In that order. Lines blown up. Call in. Plenty of time. K. Michelle's son dating a white girl is not surprising to me. Black women are some of the most racist people in this country. Black women absolutely hate white people. They especially hate white girls. And the reason they hate white girls is because they don't want their sons dating white girls. The reason why K. Michelle's son dates white girls is exactly the same reason why I don't date black women. K. Michelle's son has a Y chromosome. Okay? Nobody taught him to like white girls. It wasn't television and movies and media and this and that and the third. No one is responsible for K. Michelle's son dating white girls except for K. Michelle. And here's why. K. Michelle she is the epitome of the typical black woman. Men, boys, like feminine women. If as a mother, you do not represent yourself as a feminine woman who is kind, deferent to men, shows respect for men, understands her place, abides by gender roles, sex roles, etc., women who don't do that, sons are not trying to date women like that. They're not. So if the first person, the first girl, whoever shows him femininity, happens to be a white girl, that's it, he's gone. This is the same reason why white girls in high school tend to gravitate towards black boys. These are the girls who have weak or absentee fathers at home. Their fathers are being walked all over by their mothers, being disrespected by their family, walked all over. Mom cheats on dad, talks so many old kind of way. The daughter doesn't see rap videos and decides, I want to date black boys. No, she sees that she doesn't want to date anyone like her father. So she gravitates to the polar opposite. It's the same as black boys. If you are a black mother and you are not feminine, your sons are going to choose to date women that are the polar opposite of you. This is how it is. My mother was a terrible example of a woman. This is why I gravitated towards white girls from a very young age. I tried giving black women a try, but guess what? They all ended up like my mother. Single. More than one, kids by more than one father, right? My mother had multiple abortions, guys. Multiple abortions. Selfish. Left us with our incapable father to go chase some crackhead up in Detroit. Yeah, she was that chick. And so I decided, I didn't even wake up and decide this. This was just subconscious. I said, okay, well, I know I don't want this when I get older, so I'm going to try this. Best decision I've ever made in my life. K. Michelle has only herself to blame that her son wants to date women who are nothing like her. Area code 904, you're on Live with Donovan. You go ahead.
What's good, brother?
What's up, man?
I just wanted to say something quick, man. Basically, man, these women understand that, their value comes from their purity, man. And women like K. Michelle, they understand that they've been stripped of that, right? But they were stripped of that. Why, man? To destroy us, man, to destroy the men. Because the men hold the power to the nation.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So if we're destroyed and we're kicked out of the home and kicked out of the house, what do you leave? You leave nothing but whorish women to raise men and little girls to be monsters, man.
That's right.
We've been turned into monsters,
Yep.
That's why this argument is happening, man. And it's I I respect you, brother. I'm an Israelite, man, but I listen to you, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, man, we're destroyed pretty much, man.
Thanks for the call, area code 904. He made some very good points there. Black women, listen, single mothers destroy their sons and daughters. They raise criminal, effeminate men, and they raise slutty women who have no respect. Monkey see, monkey do. Area code 314, you're in TSR Towers. Go ahead.
Oh, what's going on, Donovan? How you doing?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. I just wanted to say a couple of things. The first being that I watched the interview with K. Michelle and Derrick Jaxn, and the way she was reacting to what the men were saying was showing just showing how diminishing the relationship between men and women is, especially with the black women. Like, it's getting worse on a daily basis. Like, it was the caller that called in. He basically was saying,
"Oh, I'm going to get to that.
You kind of picking."
Yeah, I'm going to get to that. He absolutely pulled her card. He told her straight up. We're going to get to that here in just a second. He said, "Listen, you're blaming men for your bad decisions." And what did she do? She resorted to the name calling, the ad hominem attacks. You ain't shit. All that other. Listen, this is typical black women. You made your bed, baby girl. You got to lay in it.
Lay in, yes, sir. And then another thing too, I heard her say about the 1% men. She going above and beyond the 10% and the 5% to the 1%. Yep. This lady said the only good man she think in existence is Jesus and Obama.
But see, here's the problem, bitch. You don't deserve Jesus or Obama. That's the problem. Like, you can listen. So, she might be right. 1% of men might not be worth a damn. Like, I get that because men are in a sad state. Like, let's not pretend that women are the only damaged people in this country. Men got a lot of work to do too.
Yes, sir.
But K. Michelle, you ain't entitled to those kind of men. Women like her are not entitled to men like this. That's just how it is. And she's mad about it. I'll give you the last word.
Mm-hmm. And then one more thing I wanted to say. I was listening. I think you and Coach Greg Adams had talked about it. I think it was called microcamerism or something like that. Where after a girl have so many partners, she lose the ability to, like, I guess, emotionally bond with the man. And I was looking at the guys that she in the past she was talking to, Idris Elba, basketball players, actors and different athletes and that sort. It's just like
she's been ran through.
You put your faith in all these guys that run through women like there's no tomorrow. That's where you messed up at. Then the dude she with now, she made him wait 20 years, and she was still complaining about him.
Yep.
That's all I wanted to say, though, Donovan.
Thanks for the call, area code 314. Yeah, he did a lot of foreshadowing there, and we're going to see that in the video coming up. Area code 201, you're on Live with Donovan. Go ahead.
How you doing, man? Great supporter of your show. Doing a great job. Keep it up, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Well, I realized the chick over here, the K Michelle, she was talking about how she only good men out there are Jesus. But when she says Jesus, I feel like she also talking about Christian men. But the thing is that I feel like these Christian men wouldn't like even pay attention to Christian women. I mean, wouldn't pay attention at all to Christian men.
Right.
At all.
Right. Yeah. Christian women. And then, let me cut you off here. Christian women are some of the worst out there. And listen, we talk about sluts and hoes all the time. I get it, but a lot of these hoes are just flat. Listen, man, I'm a ratchet. I'm a hoe. Like, this is what you get. You can either take it or leave it. At least they're honest. At least they tell you who and what they are. At least they know they're giving you a fair warning what to expect. We talk all this shit about women with tattoos and piercings and purple hair. They're telling you who and what they are. Yeah. But the Christian women, those are the worst because they lead you to believe that they are women of God. Steady fucking the deacons, steady fucking the pastor, right? But want you to put a ring on it.
There's these Christian women that you see them at 20, 27, 28.
Yeah.
And they'll say that when they're younger, they'll be like 3 years single or whatever, and then once they're 28, a lot of people fall for that whole facade and everything.
Yep.
But so what do you think is would you have to train one of, like, let's say if you were to pursue one of these 28-year-old women, would it be would you still think you would have to train them like that the way you're saying, or
in other words, would I have to put so you're asking if I were to pursue a 28-year-old woman who was Christian and went to church, would I have to train her?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, absolutely. You kidding me? Listen, when we say hold on, caller. When we say all women are like that, we're not saying that all women are the same, because women come in different shapes, sizes, and some of them are motivated by slightly different things. But women are, and this is, hold on, caller. Hang on, caller. This is the difference between women and men. Okay. Women get on here and they say men ain't shit. Listen, man, listen, they're right. There are a lot of men who aren't worth a damn and they make bad decisions with bad men. I get it. Right. The difference between us and them is that they say all men are the same. Us over here on this side, we say, listen, all women aren't the same, but we do say that all women are like that. And what we mean is we're acknowledging that all women operate under the same set of rules in terms of attraction, arousal, pair bonding, marriage, et cetera, et cetera. All women are attracted to the same things. They're attracted to tall men with square jaws. They're attracted to, they're all aroused by the same things. They're all attracted to the same things. Now, this doesn't mean that if you're not tall and good looking that you can't get women. Absolutely not. We as men, we are fortunate enough to be able to raise our value in many different ways. Women can only raise their value in one way: stay hot, right? Stay hot and young. But the difference is that we acknowledge that, hey, listen, if we want to get with the women that we think we deserve, we have to make ourselves deserving. Women think they deserve men just because they're women. That's the difference between us and them. I'll give you the last word.
I just had another question. Do you think that you could be, like, for example, me as a Christian man, would it be possible to also be alpha? Would you have to be alpha to attract these Christian women, or would you actually have to play to their whole beta shenanigans? Because you know how.
No, hold on. Let me answer your question. Hold on. Let me answer your question. Never, ever play the beta role. That's the answer to your second question. The answer to your first question is if you want to be, no, I understand. If you want to be an alpha male in the church, you got to be the pastor, you got to be the deacon. Okay. What you got to understand, caller, is that women, and again, there's always a sexual hierarchy in any environment, at a church, chess club, football team, Bible study. There is always a sexual hierarchy. There is. Okay. The leader, the president of the chess club, guess what? He sleeps with most of the chess girls. Yeah, he may be fat and have pimples and the girls might not look good, but guess what? He's the alpha. This is what Rollo Tomasi calls a contextual alpha, right? The same happens in church.
Yeah.
If you are at church, if you are dating a woman who goes to church, you go to the same church, you need to understand that as long as you are at that church, you will never be the most arousing man that she comes in contact with. She wants to fuck the preacher. She wants to fuck the deacons. So the way to be an alpha, hold on, the way to be an alpha male in the church is to run said church. I'll give you the last word.
All right, Donovan, thank you very much, man.
All right. Thanks for calling. Area code. Yeah, absolutely. Area code 201. Yeah, you got to watch out for these churchos, guys. Big thanks goes to Takman Clan Killer 187 with the $2 super chat. Says, can this BT Ghouls and Ghosts fix her own? I have no idea what BT means. I guess I have to look that up. Mr. Shane Vicious, haven't seen you in a good long while with the $2 super chat. Says, I trust a hooker over a Christian. Yeah, hookers are honest. Christian women are not. TDM with the $10 super chat says, thanks for the info. I greatly appreciate that. Let's go to area code 713. You're on live with Donovan, and you go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, Donovan?
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Sorry about 512 making us look bad down here in Texas, man.
Listen, I don't. The thing is that you got to understand. A lot of you guys, not you guys, a lot of guys are kind of hard on the callers. Oh, what's he talking about? He should know. Listen, you guys call to get advice. You guys call because, callers don't know. So I can understand where he was coming from. That doesn't mean I agree. I set him straight. I think hopefully I made an impression on him. So no apology needed, man.
Man, but did you see part one of K Michelle's interview about she was chasing dreadheads and dudes with gold teeth?
I actually heard about that. I did hear about that, yeah.
And her son dates white girls.
Yes.
Talk about ironic, man.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, this is just how it is. This is the case of the alpha fucks, beta bucks, as we will see. Let's go to one more caller here quickly before we continue the show. Area code 610. I'm going to come to you next, 720. I'm going to put you on hold for just a little while because I need to play some of this video. Area code 610, you're on live with Donovan. You go ahead.
Hey, Donovan. Just wanted to appreciate your show, man. Love your content.
Thank you.
Question I had is, you talk about church girls a lot and how a lot of them lie and are hoes. I grew up in the church, so I definitely know the difference between the fake church girl and the actual real one.
Right.
My question is, when you find the real one, right, the one that is actually submissive, the one that's not a hoe, doesn't lie, how do you take that relationship to the next level? How do you be an alpha male and still, do all that?
Have you met
and
a
are
woman?
Those worth pursuing?
Okay. Have you met a woman like this? A woman who goes to church who's submissive and not a hoe?
Yes, I found one and I grew up with her and she knows me really well. I'm trying to figure out if this is something I should pursue long term.
How old are you and how old is she?
I am 27. She is 25.
Okay. Is she a virgin?
Actually, she's 24. I'm sorry. Yes, she is. I know that for a fact. She's one of my best friend's sisters, so I grew up with them. I know their values.
Okay. Yeah, listen, if what you're saying is true and accurate, then yeah, the way to pursue this is to pursue her, right? If she hasn't been tainted by feminism, then yeah, then act like a man. Let her know, hey, you and me are going out on Saturday night, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, or whatever, and let the good times roll. If she really is the person you say she is, then you don't really need game with women like this. Women like this respond to masculinity. All women respond to masculinity. But if this woman is who you say she is, if she's a virgin, if she really is submissive and all this other kind of stuff, then yeah, I don't think there's really a plan that you have to make. You need to let her know very clearly, hey, listen, I'm interested, want a relationship, let's do it.
We are in two different states is the only thing. I used to live up by her, but
Okay, well then that's done. That's done, caller. If you live in a different state than a woman, I don't care. And you say you live in a different state. Did she go to a 4-year college? Did she go to college?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, and does she live by herself?
No, she actually was a travel nurse, and so sometimes she lives with her family, and so right now she's with her family right now.
Okay, so she went to a 4-year school. Does she live on campus?
No, she did not.
Okay. Did you go to the same school as she does?
No, I went to in the same area, but a different school.
Okay, so how do you know she's a virgin?
Well, I can't. It sounds bad, but like I know her. We've had a conversation about it, and I literally grew up with her. I know her very well.
Okay. Would you bet
she would tell me, like, well, that's how close we were. We were friends first before anything.
Listen. I know you care for this girl, caller. I do, and I'm not going to tell you that she's a virgin. I'm not going to tell you she's not. But here's what I can tell you: you don't know. Okay. And this is what you're going to have to understand about women like her and women like, women like the ones that were today. Your girlfriend went to a school. She went to a 4-year school, didn't live on campus, but guess what? There's temptation at school. Just because you don't live on campus doesn't mean anything, right? Now, if she had lived with her parents for the last 5 years while trying to find a man, then I would be inclined to believe that she's a virgin. And I'm not calling you an idiot for believing that she's a virgin. What I'm telling you is that based on what you've told me, I would not bet on the fact that her hymen is still intact. And
No, I wouldn't be 100%. I'm like 80%, 80, 90. You know what I'm saying? I understand that.
Okay. All right. Very good. Yeah. Listen, if she is who you say she is, if she lives in another state, you need to forget it. That's just all there's to it. There is no such thing as a healthy long-term relationship. The only way that you could pursue a relationship with this woman is if you live in the same city as she does. No, I'm not advising you to move to that city to pursue a relationship with a woman who may or may not be a virgin.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. Take care. Thanks for the call. Area code 610. Big thanks goes out to Lone Revolver 1 with the $5 super chat. Dr. Falcon Black has just donated, I think that's €6 or £6. I can't really tell. I'm not a currency expert. Says always doing God's work. Thank you. Area code 720. I see you in the queue. I'm going to get to you in just a second. I want to play a little bit more of this video and continue the breakdown. Here we go.
I go on the real. I go on what's brought. You all can be like, oh, there is a good man. Yeah, probably 1%. You want to talk about the 1%?
That's different.
You want to talk about a 1%?
But if you're going to tell the truth,
and he might be gay. He might just be being good to his gay partner.
You got to tell both sides of it. And with that mentality, you're only going to bring in that 99% that you think exists that represents the worst of us.
Yo, Derrick Jaxn just sliced and diced her. Bruh, I'm going to play that again. Yo, Derrick Jaxn just dissected this chick like a frog in the 10th grade. Listen to this. This is nuts.
What's brought. You all can be like, oh, there is a good man. Yeah, probably 1%. You want to talk about the 1%?
That's different.
You want to talk about a 1%?
Check it out.
But if you're going to tell the truth,
and he might be gay. He might just be being good to his gay partner.
You got to tell both sides of it. And with that mentality, you're only going to bring in that 99% that you think exists that represents the worst of us. Because let's say a good man does come along. Is that mentality going to attract him and make him want to stay around?
Well, who cares what attracts him?
And there you have it. Who cares what attracts him? Derrick Jaxn told her, hey, with that attitude, all men are terrible and all men are dogs and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? All men are this and that and the other. He says, listen, you can think whatever you want, but with that attitude, if a good man comes along, you aren't going to attract him with that attitude. And what does she say? She says, well, I don't care what attracts him. Bitch, this is why you're single. This is why good men ain't checking for you, because you're not doing what you need to do to attract good men. Again, this is all her entire narrative is rhetoric. It's rhetoric. It's one-liners. It's just angry one-liners. Those aren't facts. Boo. Right? Derrick Jaxn just pulled her card. She tried the comedian one-liner things. Now he's really starting to get into her head, and now she's revealing to us who she really is. Well, it doesn't matter what he's attracted to. Oh, but it does. Big thanks goes out to Remington Rushlow. Says her hymen is beside the point. I've banged only virgins, orally and anally. That's funny. Who cares? She says. Well, this is why you're single, boo.
That's not what it's about for me in my life. I pay my own bills right now.
Well, you're going to continue.
So when you pay your own bills, you're going to think about love differently. So if a man is not willing to show and prove who he is, he's not for me.
See that? I pay my own bills. So I don't have to do nothing for a man. See, again, this is a woman who does not have any respect for a man, and she doesn't have respect for money either. Like, just because you can pay your own bills, that doesn't mean that you're deserving of a good man. Just because you pay your own bills does not mean a man can't call the shots. This woman is making the egregious mistake of thinking that because she can pay her own bills, that she doesn't have to answer to anybody. And you want to know something? She doesn't have to answer to anybody. But guess what? If she wants to find a man who's worth a damn, if she wants to find a man who's worth his salt, she is going to have to answer to him. And if she thinks that paying her own bills means that she doesn't have to answer to a man. This, again, is why she's single. That's why it is. That's why she's single.
I'll put up this wall, and if you're not going to climb it, then you need to stay on the other side of it.
Sweetie, trust me. Ain't nobody climbing your walls, baby. Your walls are long. You ain't got no walls. You ain't got no walls, boo. Like, do you see? And again, do you see the outright? Just look at her body language. Just look at her body language when she talks. Just the defiance, the outright disrespect. Just watch this.
My own bills right now.
Are you going to continue?
So when you pay your own bills, you're gonna think about.
You see how she keeps cutting across Derrick Jaxn? You see how she keeps cutting across him? She doesn't have any respect. If you don't have a respect for a man like Derrick Jaxn, I don't know, a lot of guys have a bad opinion of him. I don't really think too highly of him either. But Derrick Jaxn is the highest value male that she will ever come in proximity to. Yet here she is being outright disrespectful. Oh, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I can pay my own bills. I don't need a man. Here's a man of value sitting in front of her trying to let her know, boo, you got it all wrong. And she's like, nope, I can pay my own bills. You can't tell me shit. That's the problem.
About love differently. So if a man is not willing to show and prove who he is, he's not for me. I'll put up this wall, and if you're not going to climb it, then you need to stay on the other side of it. I'm going to speak and say how I feel. This submission stuff with Fantasia, I'm not submitting to nothing but my bag and my kids and my career.
I'm not submitting to nothing. She says, I actually heard about this Fantasia thing a couple of days ago as well. And again, I don't, I'm not into this. I don't follow this stuff. I don't really watch too much TV or social media. I'm too busy creating this kick-ass content. But apparently Fantasia said, hey, listen, I want to be submissive to a man. You guys correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. But here K. Michelle is, I'm not submitting to nothing, blah, 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 blah. Sisters, this is the problem. This is the problem. Black women, if any black women are in here watching this, this is the number one reason why black men ain't checking for y'all no more, because you guys do not want to submit. That's one. 1A is y'all are too goddamn masculine. Don't nobody want to date a woman who acts like a goddamn man. I keep trying to tell y'all this. And all you guys do is give me a collective fuck you. All right, hey, listen. Say what you got to say, do what you got to do. But this woman will end up bitter, broke, and alone because of this attitude. She doesn't have to submit to anybody. No. Ain't nobody forcing her to do anything she doesn't want to do. But trust me when I tell you, this bitch will end up alone. Trust and believe.
I will submit. There is no submission without a mission.
You see that? There's no submission without a mission. What the hell does that even mean? Like, you see, there's that word salad, that grammatical symmetry. There's no submission without a mission. What that doesn't mean anything. It just rhymes. You took a compound word and turned it into a slogan that multi-level marketers pyramid scheme guys talk about. There is no mission. There's no submission without a mission. That makes zero sense.
Has to be a mission. These men don't have missions.
You have absolutely no obligation to submit or do anything, but you would be wise to be consistent in what it is that you want.
Oh my God, yo, Derrick Jaxn is cutting this. He is cutting this hoe up, bruh. Lo, check this out. He say you don't have any obligation to do whatever you want you're under no obligation to do anything you don't want to do, but you need to be consistent in what you're choosing. He is slicing this chick up.
There has to be a mission. These men don't have missions.
You have absolutely no obligation to submit or do anything, but you would be wise to be consistent in what it is that you want. Do you really want a healthy relationship with a man that is good?
Okay.
If that's the case, then you have to create a welcoming space for that. And what you're talking about is not welcome.
See, here it is. If that was possible, Derrick Jaxn is telling her, listen, if you want a good man, you have to be attractive to good man. You have to be attractive to be a good man. You have to open your mind up to a good man. You have to create the space for him to exist. And listen, Reformed Man 75 says this can't be D Jaxn. That's what I'm talking about. Like, this is not the Derrick Jaxn I know, right? Like, Derrick Jaxn is steady trashing brothers. Yet here he is on this platform telling this woman, look, you ain't got to do a goddamn thing, but I'm going to tell you what, if you don't, you finna end up single. He is absolutely slicing and dicing this chick. And the girl over Derrick Jaxn's shoulder, you can watch her mannerisms, watch her facial expressions. He is 100% Team Jaxn.
I've been in a relationship for now 3 years. I knew him for 20.
So she's been in a relationship for 3 years, been with him for 20. I want you guys to look at the screen. Look at the look on this woman's face. Been in a relationship with him for 3 years. I've been with him. I've known him for 20. Translation. I kept him in the friend zone while I sport fucked my way through all the dreadheads, all the gold teeth, all the baby daddy niggas, all the hood niggas, all the thug niggas. This guy stuck around for 20 years and watched me get rode hard and put away wet. And now I'm with the guy for 3 years. Look at the absolute disgust on her face. She is not attracted to the guy she's in a relationship. But you want to know why? You want to know why she's not attracted to him? Because this is all she can get. This guy that she's with was not her first choice. This is why she made him wait for 20 years. And now that she has figured out that men of value, men who are worth a damn, don't want anything to do with her, she said, all right, well, you've been around for 20 years. I guess I'll go ahead and give you a shot. Let's go ahead and do this. Nah, boo, you want the Pookies and the Ray Rays of the world. They don't want you no more because you're old and you're bitter. You got a son who dates white girls. Unbelievable.
Right?
I feel for this
and
brother
he
on this
was
other side of this microphone.
why not feel for me?
Why not feel for me? This is how solipsistic women are. Bitch, why do we need to feel for you? Right? He says, I feel for the brother on the other side of this microphone. She's like, why not feel for me? This is how selfish she is.
Why are you feeling for him?
Because he's a man, boo. Just like you feel for... See, again, she's talking about her getting dogged out by all these men. Finally, she gets what she describes as a, quote, good man. DJ says, man, I feel sorry for the brother on the other side of the glass. Well, why not feel for me, bitch? Why not feel for the men that the women come to you trashing about? Your team woman. When women come out and tell you, oh, this nigga did this and this man did that, you feel for them, right? So why can we not feel for men? See, women want it both ways. They want the sympathy from women, then they want the sympathy from men. Fuck out of here.
Like, I was with somebody, I've been friends with somebody for over 20 years. We get in a relationship, and as soon as things get bad for me, health-wise, and I'm not as strong, I wasn't brought up like I should have been brought up.
Wait, I'm sorry. She switched tracks there, right? So first, she says, as soon as things get bad, she's about to say something bad about her boyfriend at this point. But then she goes into, well, I wasn't brought up right. Listen to how she switches blame shifting techniques.
20 years, we get in a relationship, and as soon as things get bad for me, health-wise, and I'm not as strong, I wasn't brought up like I should have been brought up. I was made to feel even more insecure in the situation.
Oh, yeah, there we go. So you weren't brought up the way you should have been brought up, and that's his fault? That's somehow his fault? Yeah.
Me as a woman, I have decided that there's years and time within this. There are babies about to be born and everything. So we are working on this relationship. But before we were a couple, I still spoke on these situations. I tell my relationships to the women that come and cry. I let them know mine ain't perfect. I'm not no relationship goals for y'all. I'm just going to tell y'all the truth at all times.
This woman sounds ignorant. This woman sounds like, dude, this woman is straight out of the hood. She's from Memphis, I think somebody said. It shows. Big thanks goes out to Sheldon Ross with the $5 super chat. He says, Derrick can't give her crap because his content was promoting this behavior. Maybe his girl started following his advice and he didn't like it. Maybe. I don't think so. I think that, listen, Derrick Jaxn does not date the kinds of women he encourages them to be. I highly doubt that. A man who looks as good as Derrick Jaxn does, a man who speaks as eloquently as he does, a man who has the money he does, ain't no way his woman gets out of pocket. Listen, his woman, they probably lay in bed with Stacy or Tracy because, mark my words, Derrick Jaxn does not have a black wife or girlfriend. You can trust to believe that. She probably says, baby, you make so much money off of these women. You basically just tell him what you want to do. When are you going to stop? He's like, I'm never going to stop. As long as they put money in my pocket, I'm going to keep telling them what they want to hear. That's how it works. That's how it works.
But I think what he's trying to say is, if you want a relationship, does that attitude create the space in order to accept the good man when he comes along?
It might scare him, but he needs to be scared.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It might scare him, but he needs to be scared. Again, this is what the problem is. This is what the problem is. Women like her and Angela C, who's trying to hijack my chat. Women like K. Michelle and Angela C, this is who and what you guys are. Okay? This is who and what you guys are. And if there are any black women watching this, and if you guys are, quote, triggered by this, you guys are nothing but hit dogs, man. Y'all are hit dogs. I'm not trying to hear it. Somebody time out Angela C, ban her. I'm not trying to see her chat and hear it. She can go and herself.
So you want a man to be scared, and like
not scared. He needs to know what he's getting into. Like we always say, don't pull it out unless you're gonna use it.
What the hell does that have to do with anything? He has to be scared. Then Derrick Jaxn was like, okay, so you want a man to be scared? Well, no, I don't want to be scared. I just want to know what he's getting into. Trust me, K. Michelle. Dudes know what they're getting into when they see you. That's why they ain't with you, baby girl. Well, like Daddy always says, don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. What does that have to do with anything? Again, don't be a cliche queen. Big thanks goes out to Mr. E 1976 with a $2 super chat. He says, here's to the tip jar. Much respect. Mr. Shane Vicious with another $2 super chat. Says, Jaxn is a pimp in Simps clothes. Listen, absolutely. I say this all the time. Derrick Jaxn does not believe what he talks about. The advice that he gives women, he does not date the kind of women who take his advice. I can promise you that. Big thanks goes out to Eric Thomas with the $5 super chat. Says, another black woman making excuses and blame shifting. To be fair, this is blame shifting and making excuses is not indicative of just black women. That is indicative of American women altogether. That's how this is. 914-205-5356 is the number to call. We're going to continue the video here in just a second. Let me go to area code 720. You are on live with Donovan. You go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, man? I already spoke, but the phone accidentally hung up. But I just want to say a few things, man. Like, well, a lot of the things that came with Derrick Jaxn, he's not here saying. He's slicing her up, you know what I'm saying, kind of punching her real well like Mayweather and everything. But a lot of the things that K. Michelle is saying, like you have to climb up my wall or you have to know what you're getting into. That's her way of letting a guy know, like, look, you know what I'm saying? She's trying to turn him into a sucker. You're going to be my personal little sucker if you're dealing with me, et cetera, et cetera.
That's it.
And for like and a couple of those Christian guys that were, you know what I'm saying, that were calling in about the little virgin girl or whatever like that. I will have to say this, man. Look, Adam listened to Eve and look what happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I also had a friend that kind of fell into that situation. But he's one of those guys that, all black women are queens. So pretty much he at the time we were living in Cincinnati, the girl who lived out in Indianapolis going to school out there, she was getting her master's degree. And she pretty much told him he was a virgin and everything like that. And he was willing to pretty much, well, she had told him she was gonna get a job in St. Louis, and he was willing to just pretty much stop what he's doing and follow her there and everything like that. Eventually at the end she ended up dropping him and everything like that. But I let him know that, look, the reason why she dropped you is because you keep following behind her. There you go. Like that, just because she's a black woman with a master's degree, that don't mean shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? If he told you she was a virgin, if he's really gonna believe that shit, or if he's gonna fall back and like play the respectable, well, quote unquote, respectable / sucker role or whatever like that, instead of actually pressing forward and move and everything like that. But he fell for it. So that's all I really got to say about that. But like I say, well, I saw about college bills, but K. Michelle, man, she does a smash and dash at this point. She's probably be one of the little mid-late 40-year-old type of celebrities on the little one of those type of TV shows will come back, might get some type of guy, whatever like that, but it's not going to be a good thing. And if they do advertise on TV, it's going to be with a guy that she's constantly disrespected on TV, and they're going to spread the propaganda of pretty much women disrespecting men, and a lot of guys are going to fall for that, man, And if I could say one more thing, and this will be the
go
last
ahead.
thing, like on the note of on TV, they show constantly these relationships where the women are disrespecting men. That gives a lot of women and tells women in their mind that they have the license to disrespect any man.
That's right.
And they can get away with it, or better yet, get a high value man and disrespect them. And you know what I'm saying, and still obtain them because that's what they see on TV. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Hey, listen, thanks for calling area code 720. Dropped a lot of truths there. Yeah, listen, no respect to area code 610, but listen, I mean, I don't think she's a virgin. I think that's pretty obvious. That was a good point he made there. Big thanks goes out to Mike Larry with a $10 super chat. Says Donovan Preacher doing the Lord's work. Brian Burton with a $5 super chat. I appreciate that. You guys have about 10 minutes to get in on the phone lines. I'm going to do this for about another 20 minutes or so. The Eagles are playing the Packers at 8:20 this evening. And I got to watch the game. This is a must win for the Eagles. So I'm going to do this for about another 20, maybe 30 minutes. Then we're going to end this bad boy. Let's continue.
I think at the end of the day, women do have a lot of power in those decisions.
Okay.
I think ultimately it's terrible to hear you talk about how these feelings are toxic and you don't think nothing could be done about it. But every day we know what the facts are. We know that men have issues, women have issues, but I think a lot of women have the power, what they deal with and what they tolerate. And I think that can help men be better at the same time.
That's real.
Here's the thing that's, I guess, confusing for me, and I'll say it to both you.
Here we go. Here we go.
I believe truly that women have power to motivate men to do whatever they want.
Now, here's the thing. What he's saying in this context is that women can have the power to motivate men to do whatever women want. But what he means is that women have the power to motivate men to become better men. I wholeheartedly disagree. Let's continue.
Women are the best. Listen to what I'm saying. Women can move a man. First, if you look back through history,
women can move a man. And look. Check this out. Look at K. Michelle. This is red pill truth right here. This is red pill truth. I'm going to rewind this. And what he's saying is that women have the power to make men move mountains. And K. Michelle is shaking her head because she knows what we know. If you need a woman to motivate you to move mountains, then you got work to do. Women don't want a man they have to fix. Women don't want a man they have to motivate. They want a man with a plan. Watch this.
Women are the best. Listen to what I'm saying. Women can move a man. First, if you look back through history, women have caused more wars in this earth than anybody. Women control the cards, and the women that
women control. No. Women don't control the cards. They control the sexual marketplace. They do not control the cards.
Play it the best are the gold diggers and whatever. They know how to manipulate men. Women know how to manipulate men.
That ain't it,
to
Frank.
get. Well, listen. But listen to what I'm saying.
That's a fact.
Wait. I'm not saying that as a conclusion. I'm saying what's confusing for me is women are magical manipulators.
No, they're not. Women are not magical manipulators. We talk all the time about, women can do this. And no. The only reason why women have the capability to manipulate men on the level they do is because men want to fuck them. That's it. If we didn't want to stick our dicks in women, we wouldn't believe shit they said. The only reason why women get away with the fuckery that they get away with is because men want to fuck them. Women are not these mystical, deep thinking creatures who can deeply psychologically mind fuck you on men. No, they know you want to fuck them. This is why they can get away with what they get. With what they get away with. The only reason why this guy thinks that women are master manipulators is because he is putting the pussy on a pedestal, gentlemen. Women are not master manipulators. Women know men want to sleep with them. This is why they are able to influence men to do what women, want men to do. That's all.
They can manipulate situations in men because they get into the emotion of things that men be like tripping about.
No, the only thing men be tripping about is how can I not screw this up so I can get in her pants?
So what I'm saying is, if women have the power to manipulate, why don't they have the power to change the situation that men do?
Ain't it,
That ain't
Frank.
the
Now,
truth.
now we're putting the responsibility of who we are on women, and we've
There it
done
is.
a lot of that. And what I believe is, a woman can't change a man. A woman can't inspire the qualities in the man that he should have had before he even came across her.
Say what? Yo, hey, y'all can hate on Derrick Jaxn all you want to. This nigga right here is spitting the truth. Hashtag TROOF. Truth. Let me rewind this, man. Derrick Jaxn just spit the gospel. Check this out.
Can't change a man.
Hold
our
up.
own women.
Situation that men
Check
do.
this out.
It,
That ain't
Frank.
the
Now,
truth.
now we're putting the responsibility of who we are on women.
That's number one. A woman can't make you. A woman is not responsible for building you. Say that again, Derrick.
Situation that men
That
do.
ain't it,
That ain't
Frank.
the
Now,
truth.
now we're putting the responsibility of who we are on women.
Straight
and we've
up.
done a lot of that. And what I believe is, a woman can't change a man. A woman can't inspire the qualities in the man that he should have had before he even came across
Straight
her.
up. That's what I'm saying. If a woman has to motivate you to do great things as a man, then you ain't the man she wants to be with. Straight up. Listen, say what you want about Derrick Jaxn. He's a pimp disguised as a simp and all that stuff, right? But what he just said there is 100% true. This ain't Jerry Maguire. This ain't Renell fucking Zellweger. This ain't Rod fucking Tidwell. This ain't You Complete Me. Nah, chick. This is my train. You can either choose to get on it or you can stay on the platform. But this train is staying on these tracks. I don't need a woman to complete me. I don't need a woman to motivate me to do great things. Derrick Jaxn just dropped he just dropped the mic right there.
What she can do is protect herself. What she can do is make sure she doesn't tolerate it past the point that she
I don't
realizes he's
believe
doing
that.
what he's doing.
I don't believe that.
Women can inspire and influence things.
Let
but
me tell you why. Let me tell you.
but we not
Let
Jesus.
me tell you why I don't believe it.
Okay.
Let me tell you why I don't believe it. Because every man that's been out there and has said to himself, "Oh my God, I love her. I want to marry her." Something happened to that man's psyche at that point when he.
Now watch this, right? This is funny. What's about to happen is K. Michelle does what most women do, which is not listen. All she hears is what she wants to hear. All she hears is something adversarial. He is trying to actually say something good about women, but she takes offense to it. Check this out. This is funny.
He said, "I want to marry you." He could have been out here on the street. He could have been doing whatever he wants to do. And then he comes across that one woman that changes everything about his outlook. Okay. And then he changes and he gets with that one woman. Now, from that point until it gets to another point where something happens to his psyche where he decides to cheat, that's the area I'm talking about right there. There was a time when the woman had him and he wasn't cheating.
Just because they get a ring don't mean they wasn't cheating. Men get married and cheat the night before. So you can't.
Yeah, and so do women. Women get married and cheat, but not the night before as well.
You can't put women in control just because you say we're manipulators. We can't. You know how many women would have been manipulated men to not cheat on them?
What I'm
if
saying
it was
is
possible.
Okay, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. If I'm a single guy and I'm out here single and I'm playing the field and I'm getting everything I want, why would I marry you? Something happened. You did something. You did something to me to make me
something to you.
See, there it is, right? She is like, facts, that's facts. And then he said, you did something to me. She's like, I did something to you. Watch this. This is funny. This is hilarious.
Come on. Why would I marry you?
Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? Watch this chick lose her. Dude, she goes absolutely mental. This is hilarious.
Something happened. You did something. You did something to me to make me.
I did something to you
as a woman. You did something.
I did something to you as a man, and you're supposed to be the head of a household. You're supposed to be the head of everything. You're supposed to be the head of a relationship. How can I do anything to you to make you not stand on your 2 feet to have my back?
10 seconds. See, now we're talking about two different things, right? He is talking, and again, she's not listening to what he's saying, right? He said, listen, I was married to you and something you did to make me cheat. And she says, well, wait a minute. How can I do something to you to make me cheat when you're supposed to have my back and be the king of the... No, sweetie. She went macro with it instead of keeping it micro. She doesn't want to talk about the issue. She wants to talk about issues. Women will do this to you guys a lot. Anytime you reprimand a woman for bad behavior, she'll try to go macro instead of micro. So, for example, if she picks up her phone, whoa, wait a minute, what are you doing on, like, you're not supposed to be on Facebook. I'm out of here. Well, no, well, you know, it's that's the problem. I miss my family and friends. No. Okay, I understand you missed your family and friends, but that ain't got nothing to do with Facebook. She tried to make it a macro issue when it was a micro issue. This is exactly what K. Michelle just did here.
Talking about there was something magical that happened to make that man say, damn.
Focus.
Well, give me the magic dust to put on his sausage to make him not go poking.
You don't need any magic dust, sweetheart. For starters, you can wipe the look and the attitude off your face. That's all the magic dust you need. Listen, K. Michelle has the same attitude as guys who say, well, you just need money and muscles and you can get girls. No, money and muscles get you opportunity with girls. Keeping them interested and entertained, that's a whole other ball game. That's game. But this woman, well, give me the magic, the magic powder, the magic, pixie dust to spray on his sausage. No, sweetie, like, you had the magic pixie dust. It's called femininity. It's called kindness. It's called deference. It's called not denying him sex. Big thanks goes out to Red Pill Mamba with the $5 super chat. Free speech for a black man also with the $5 super chat. Appreciate that.
Let me go to the phones real quick. Big E and
here we
Atlanta,
go.
What you think?
Man, I think K. Michelle and the other caller is out of their mind. I'm a married man. I had to wake up and listen to these battered women trying
Look at how
to
you sound.
See that? Look at how you sound. What does how he sound have to do with anything? She already knows that this caller is about to go in on him. What does she do? Already hitting him with the ad hominem attacks. This is how black women operate.
Battered women try to justify their bad choices. Sometimes y'all just make bad choices and then y'all try to blame it on all men. I'm a married man, happily married. I've been in the game, watching the game forever. It's like watching K. Michelle. We see you make bad mistakes. We like, why you do that? Then you come on the show and be like, oh man. We like, yo, you just making bad decisions. Just call it what it is. It's a lot of men out here doing the right thing, but women don't want to say, hey, they're doing what they want to do instead of what they need to do at that time.
You don't need no cookie because you married. You don't get a cookie.
They never look at the
See
dude
that?
as the good dude because that's not the boy they want.
Look at that. He just pulled her card. He says, y'all out here doing what you want, not what you need. But what does she do? She doesn't address the issue. She says, you don't need a cookie because you're married.
On at the time. But what the good dudes stand on the side like, why don't you want me? Then they get bad and get abused by these dudes out here in the street. Then they come back to the other dude and be like, yo, I've been abused. Just like Kay said, I've been knowing this dude for 20 years. It just took you 20 years to get back to that dude. Woo! If you went out there and played around and did what you wanted to do, he been there the whole time.
Guess what?
He just pulled her card. He just slayed her. He just told him. He just told her that he just told her. Listen, you put dude in the friend zone. It took you 20 years to finally figure it out. And guess what she said? She couldn't deny. She said, "That's real." I wonder if her man is watching this, right? Like the caller literally told her, "You put this dude in the friend zone for 2 decades, and then decided to get in a relationship with him only after you'd had your fill of random dick." And she said, "That's real."
He still had a problem. Hey, Big E, what you want, a Happy Meal?
No,
that's what you want. Let me get you to understand that one, sir, you don't know me. You need to hold on, Big E.
See, here it is. You don't know me. Yeah, we do. We know exactly who you are. Everybody knows exactly who you are.
In the first place, your tone shows me that you're not a good man. The way you're talking about these battered women.
See, she's like, first of all, your tone shows me no. See, because what K. Michelle has to understand is that if you act like a woman who is respectable, you will get respect. You can't get on the air running off at the mouth, talking out the side of your neck, got an attitude problem, act like you're pissed off at the world, and then expect callers to treat you with respect. Nah, bitch. He put you out there. He pulled your card, and now you're mad. But now you want to talk about his tone. Well, it's not what he said. It's how he said it. Nah, bitch. It's what he said. His tone ain't got nothing to do with anything. Listen, her tone has been piss poor this whole goddamn time. Ain't nobody called her out on that, did they? But again, women do this all the time. They like to engage in all kinds of fucked up behavior. But as soon as it gets done to them, now it's a problem.
You need to hold your tone, pull your bass down, Big E. You think you something because you got married. You don't get a cookie for that. You don't get a cookie for marriage, okay? You talking about, it's on TV. This how I get my money. So you don't talk about, I tell you what you need to see.
Unbelievable.
So you don't know what's going on. And what I'm telling you is, men like you're not the 1%.
Jesus.
From how you talk,
hold on,
you're not
Big E.
the good 1%.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, my God.
All right, Derrick, go ahead. What you think?
Man, look, I get what she's saying, and I get what he's saying to an extent, a much smaller extent. But in the same way, he's generalizing, everybody up here is being battered because they have very valid experiences. I think in the same way, K. Michelle can't generalize men because she's had some bad experiences that all guys are trash and all of that. Once again, you only going to attract that thing that you're so focused on if that's the only thing that you're materializing and validating out here. So I have a question for K. Michelle. Like, what exactly is a 1%? What does that look like? What is that great guy?
Like Jesus and Obama.
No.
Okay. So with that being,
see that Jesus and Obama. She's trying to be funny and cute. What is that 1%? Jesus and Obama. Oh, all right. That's what it is. Translation: she wants the impossible guy. She wants the unreachable star. This is the problem with women, particularly black women. Y'all want Jesus Christ. You want Barack fucking Obama. Guess what? Jesus is apparently in heaven, and Barack is steady banging Michelle.
Both of those men are spoken for. So you have you got every right to believe that there's no other good man except for Jesus and Obama. Okay, cool. But
I see it's better than last time I gave you 2.
But you would be unwise to even pursue a relationship thinking it can be anything other than toxic.
Yo, Derrick, listen, man. Listen. Derrick Jaxn, listen, he is teaching me. He's not teaching me about women because I know about women. I get it, blah, 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 blah. But I got to tell you, man, what Derrick Jaxn just did there, this is 100% frame control. Jesus and Obama. The host is laughing. Everybody's laughing, have a good time. You want to know what? Derrick Jaxn didn't get sucked into her frame. He didn't say, Jesus and Obama, what are you talking about? No, he rolled with the punch. He said, all right, cool. If you want to think Jesus and Obama are the top 1%, okay, I got you. Just understand that if you are going to get in a relationship expecting Jesus or Obama, you're not going to be in a very good relationship. He held frame. He held the line. He didn't allow her shenanigans, her attempt at blowing up this conversation and moving the goalpost and changing the subject to derail the topic. He straight up told her in no uncertain terms, you can want Jesus and Obama all you want to. But if that's what you expect, you're not going to attract those kinds of men. I'm telling you what, man. Listen, Liam Johnson just said it in the chat. This is Derrick Jaxn's true nature. This is the real Derrick Jaxn here, guys. What you are seeing on the screen right now is Derrick Jaxn. He is 100. Listen, I keep trying to tell y'all, Derrick Jaxn is a world-class hustler. I'm not knocking the hustle, not mad at him. This is who he is. This is who he is. He doesn't believe all this nonsense he's telling these bitches out here. Are you kidding me? This is proof right here.
Because you're saying I only got space for the absolute
They creep
worst
me
of men.
out. They creep me out. Like they creep me out. The one person that I thought was in that 1%, the one person that I thought was gonna have my back, it didn't go down
You're
like
holding
that.
on to that and defining everything by that one
No,
experience.
I was real messed up in the head way before him. He ain't gonna take all that responsibility.
That's real. You were messed
AT
up.
aliens did that, you know. So
See that? And by the way, AT Aliens, that was to me, that's one of the greatest CDs of all time. I'm definitely with K. Michelle on that. AT Aliens, that was Outcast, right? But again, she tried to make an excuse. Well, I was messed up in the head. Yeah, he messed me up, but I can't give him full credit for that. She's burning both ends of the candle. So she wants to say niggas ain't shit, but then when it comes to her state of mind, no, I can't give him credit for all of that. I'm messed up in the head because of me. Well, which is it? Are you responsible for your state in life or aren't you?
So here's the thing. Do you even want to be in a healthy relationship at all? Do you
I
want
don't
to?
believe they're possible.
Translation, no. K. Michelle doesn't want to be in a healthy relationship, gentlemen. She doesn't want to. Guys, she doesn't want a healthy relationship. Listen to the answer to this question.
A couple AT aliens did that, you know.
So here's the thing. Do you even want to be in a healthy relationship at all? Do you
I don't believe they're possible.
See that? She doesn't believe they're possible. Again, translation, no. She doesn't want a relationship, a healthy relationship, because she's not capable. Women like her are used to chaos. They're used to unrest. They're used to cheating. They're used to the drama. She doesn't want this. This is what happens when you've been passed around too long. You become like this. She doesn't know she wouldn't know what a healthy relationship was if it came up and kicked her in the face.
Okay, so you're just going to be single the rest of your life and you're good. And are you happy with that?
I'm not single. I'm just floating.
Are you happy just for?
See that?
Like truly happy, not for any kind of front.
Oh, look at old girl in the back. Look at old girl in the back. See, old girl in the back. Old girl in the back is following this K. Michelle nonsense. She's going to end up right with K. Michelle. Watch her.
I don't believe they're possible.
Okay, so you're just going to be single the rest of your life and you're good. And are you happy with that?
I'm not single. I'm just floating.
Are you happy just floating? Like,
look at her.
Happy,
she's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, I co-sign on that. Yeah, I'm just floating. Translation. I'm still on the carousel. And she's proud of it. But then she wants to turn around and talk about niggas ain't shit.
Any kind of front.
I'm happy with certain aspects. I'm not overall completely happy. When I find that ultimate peace, that's what I like really try to strive for.
And she will never, ever, ever find that ultimate peace.
Committed to that. That's the only thing that you're ever going to get. And so long as you're at peace with that, I'm good. I can't tell you what to think. But in order to have something else, you got to be open to something else.
I just think all of them are bad. I'd rather stay in
Derrick Jaxn is cutting this chick up. This is surgical what he's doing to this chick, man.
The best worst situation because they all messed up.
That's your guard being put up and you think it's keeping you safe, but really it's keeping you stuck.
Oh, yo, he said, look, she said all men are bad, this and that. He's like, that's your guard. He is literally dissecting this chick. He says, that's your guard up. And you think it's keeping you safe, but it's keeping you stuck. Yo, check this out. Ooh, wait a minute.
They all messed up.
That's your guard being put up, and you think it's keeping you safe, but really it's keeping you stuck.
Boom!
It's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you stuck away from anything that could possibly be different.
So I'm blocking out another offender.
It's like if you were to fail on your dreams, if you were to fail at your career over and over again and say, you know what, if nobody's ever going to love me in my voice, nobody's ever going to appreciate me, guess what? You don't step into that next record exec's office. You don't put that next song out. You don't even try. You don't give it a chance. Therefore, you are you're sealing your fate as never being successful.
But when I speak, it's not just on me. I'm speaking on the women that come to me.
What do the women that come to you have to do with you?
Okay, can I ask you a
I
question?
see.
What about your daddy?
My daddy, he is.
You notice the difference between Derrick and the host? He asked her, can I ask you a question? You don't ask a woman if you can ask her a question. You ask the question.
My daddy is strong. My daddy is brilliant.
Is he in the 1%?
That means no. Her dad is not in the 1%. Look, is he in the 1%? Boom, that's it. This is why she is like she is. She had a weak father.
My daddy is strong. My daddy is brilliant.
Is he in the 1%?
No, Jesus and Obama's in the 1%.
That's 1%, but
there it is. Yo, Derrick is slicing this chick up. It's unbelievable. He said, nope, Jesus and Obama are in the 1%. Now he's being funny, but he's being real.
I've had men around. And I've had men around.
No, but I'm saying, is your daddy in the 1%?
Well, I want to say he is because he's my daddy.
Okay.
I'm gonna be real. I'll be real and say because he's my daddy.
You know, when from the time
that's a man that showed me love.
But I was getting ready to say something to you. What I'm seeing is in the days we've been spending together, you are a perfectionist.
Very much.
Oh, here we go.
You have done things beyond the imagination to be perfect.
Jesus Christ.
In every aspect
of
your
God,
life.
look at her
Your
drinking
daddy
it. Oh, thank you.
Gave you a bunch of history and a bunch of knowledge. You're a very smart person, went to school to get a psychology degree, the whole night. You are a perfectionist and you have this high level. And what happens is you now have that.
Oh, wait a minute.
In the midst of another side of you that wants the hood dude.
There it is.
No, my dude is not hood.
Not
he's not hood now.
your dude now, but when you came
Not
in,
now.
you
when
said
I came in, I wanted that.
that's
I
what I'm
wanted
saying.
gold
So
teeth, dreads.
but listen,
I wanted
follow
hood
what I'm
street.
saying.
There it is.
You got
There it
this
is. You see that? Let me rewind that. Listen, she's telling you right now, alpha fucks, beta bucks. I wanted the dreads. I wanted street niggas. I wanted gold teeth. Check it out.
That's
I
what I'm
wanted
saying.
gold
So
teeth, dreads.
but listen,
I wanted
follow
hood
what I'm
street.
saying. You got this perfectionist, and your dad is the epitome of what a black man should be. He ran a damn Black History Museum, right? But then on the side, you want the hood dude. You go out in the street, mess with the hood dude.
See, this is the problem. This is the problem. Her father is not a top 1%er. Her father was not the kind of father that kept her away from this. Black men in general, black men, if you have black daughters, if you don't want your daughter messing with hood niggas, then guess what? You need to be that strong alpha masculine head of household. Because if you're not, she's going to go and seek it somewhere else. I tell this to white fathers all the time. If you don't want your little white daughters dating black boys, you need to take charge of your family. Because if K. Michelle's father was this top 1%er alpha male that she claims to be, then guess what? She would not be where she is right now, which is alone with a son who dates white girls. I'm not trying to hear that. K. Michelle's father did her no favors. Otherwise, she wouldn't have messed with hood niggas for 20 years.
They totally trash you and break your heart.
Yeah.
Now you're comparing what you want with this high level of expectation
There's no middle
to your experience being with these hood dudes. And what Derrick is saying,
No, I
you
dated
have
all
to
type of these men.
No, but you can't because you're not attracting all type of these men.
Mhm.
Because your aura is only going to attract a man that thinks he can deal with you. And that's what Derrick is saying.
Okay.
Your aura is only going to attract a certain... See, women got to understand, you're only going to attract what you put out.
There you
so
go.
If you want something different, you have to learn within to put out something different.
No, Frank, I don't believe that. I think good, bad, or ugly, you're going to attract the good, bad, and ugly.
Look at all the women
Michelle
back here
Obama's
behind
gonna
y'all.
attract everything. It's about what you entertain, what you accept.
Yo. He's right. He's right. Listen, just because you're not a hoe doesn't mean you're going to attract dudes who are just trying to smash. You're going to attract good, bad, and ugly. But when you entertain the bad and the ugly, the goods are going to stay away.
She just talked about her a little bit earlier, like her dude ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing, but she's still with him. She's entertaining it. She's allowing him to continue to be in her space. You haven't risen the value on your space to make somebody have to earn it by doing more than what the guy who's currently in your life is doing.
Ooh, damn. See, what he just did, that was sort of a backwards dig. He said, you haven't raised the value on your space to make you worthy of a good man. What he meant to say is you haven't raised your own value to attract higher value men. At the end of the day, guys, this is K. Michelle represents what is not only wrong with black women, this is what's wrong with women. Women consistently blame the state of women on men. Now, in here, yeah, listen, we tell uncomfortable truths about women, but we don't cast any false aspersions that we have work to do on our end. I say all the time, men, you don't deserve a goddamn thing. You don't deserve shit. You got to go out there and get it. Just because you're a man doesn't mean you deserve a 9 or a 10. Just because you're a man doesn't mean you deserve a woman. You got work to do. Women are born, men are made. All women have to do is keep it on the road. Don't get fat. Don't lose your virginity. You can have your pick of any man you want, regardless of what you look like. Men, we got to learn to fight. We got to be in good shape. We got to learn to handle women, handle money. We have to be made. We have to be forged through fire. Women just get to exist and have their pick of men. But here's the problem. Women can't do that. They can't even not. See, to become a man, we have to be proactive. Women don't have to be proactive. All they have to do is be. They just have to exist, and they can't even do that. And when they can't do that, what do they blame? They blame the men. So, yeah, listen, Red Pill channels like mine, I talk about uncomfortable truths about women, etc., etc. But by the same token, we don't skirt accountability here. Listen, when a dude calls up and says, oh, my woman cheated on me, blah, 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 I ask him what happened. Right? I ask him what happened. Well, I did this. Well, listen, man, your woman she's a hoe for cheating on you, but guess what? This is where you fell short. On other channels, my man cheated on me. Oh, girl, he ain't shit, blah, 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 blah. That's the difference between men and women, at least red pill aware men. We as red pill aware men, we take accountability. I talk about Amy, Darcy, Carla, and Susie. Those are the Fantastic Four that created Donovan Sharpe. Amy turned my life upside down. It was because I was a simp. I had no idea how to handle a girl who looked as good as she did. She ran circles around me. That's my fault. She was who she was. I was too blind to see it. My wife, Darcy, didn't have sex with me for a year and a half. Terrible wife, but guess what? I was a terrible husband. I was fat. I was unmotivated. I was lazy. Like, this is how this goes. We can sit here and talk shit about our exes and women all we want to, but guess what? We take accountability. We say, listen, we know bitches ain't shit. That's fine, but we're going to raise our value enough to get the kind of women that we want to be with. And even then, we have work to do, which is why men purchase my 7-hour, 5-part audio course, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up. Shameless plug there. Thank you very much to Marcus, who submitted tonight's show topic. Marcus, my patron. Shout out to Jonathan Cow or Quow, $5. Bull Rush, $20. Marcus Altum, $4. Ken Dog, $10. TTK 187, $2. Shane Vicious, $2. TDM, $10. Lone Revolver, $5. Dr. Falcon Black, 6 pounds or euros, I can't tell. Remington Rushlow, $5. Sheldon Boss, $5. Mr. E 1976, $2. Shane Vicious, another $2. Eric Thomas, $5. Mike Larry, $10. Brian Burton, $5. Red Pill Mamba, $5. Free Speech for a Black Man, $5. Devin, $5. He says, Patrice O'Neill would be proud of the work you do. I appreciate that. Nicholas Penn with a $2 super chat. I've actually met Nicholas Penn in person. I've actually met him in person. I was actually over the bridge in Cherry Hill, ran into him at the mall. Nick's a solid dude. JB with the $5 super chat says, K. Michelle has always been the worst of what men can choose. I could not agree more. That's going to do it for this edition of TSR Primetime. Join me tomorrow at 12:30. I'm going to be joined by Jonathan from Modern Life Dating to talk about quarter 3 of his body language mastery course. The difference between success and failure with women is being able to read body language. If you can't read a woman's body language, you're out. So tune in tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 Eastern. That's 9:30 a.m. Pacific. I will be joined by Jonathan from Modern Life Dating. Big thanks goes out to Bulk of Alpharonomy with the $5 super chat. Says, good show, brother. Thank you to all of my callers. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern. Thanks for watching.